It's game day 14 in the Basketball Champions League, and it couldn't get more important for Avellino and Aris, both needing to win to make sure they have something to meaningfully go for in next week's final group game day. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are around the world watching on Live Basketball TV. Chris Edgerton with you for this fascinating contest between two teams just on the bubble of trying to make the last 16 in this terrific competition, and who absolutely must get something tonight. A night of tension for coaches, for players, especially supporters and fans alike. Who knows what the evening will have in store in Italy. And these two teams, with losing records so far, 5-7 for Avellino, 4-8 for Aris. They have got something to prove if they're going to get through into the knockout stages. They're the results from earlier on today. Wins for Agora and Besiktas, of course. And what that means is that it's absolutely imperative that one of these teams delivers the points, as they will, in front of a tight, packed arena at the Palasport del Mauro. Holds about 5,000, and there, well, there's the tail of the tape. Avellino just 2 points behind, Aris 3 points behind. With that game in hand, we'll keep you posted, of course, on Ostend's game against Nürnberg that's taking place right now as well. Ostend not looking too great, it has to be said, trailing in the opening quarter there. But so much talent in both of these teams. Avellino, we'll deal with them first. We'll deal with Aris first, why not? And so many familiar names to you from across the Basketball Champions League this season. Gary Bell Jr., a real star at shooting guard, can shoot the lights out with number 44 on his back. And he's got to deliver for Panagiotis Giannakis. Aris, who were struggling earlier on in the season in A1. But they've got to deliver tonight. There's the Avellino roster with Stefano Sacripanti in charge. And again, packed with talent. No Ben Ortner on there, who's helped Venezia win the league title in the past in Italian League basketball. And we'll see the introduction of the two teams before an expectant crowd.
Number 3, Maras. Number 4, Bogoris. Number 5, Kalizakis. Number 7, Ionis. Number 9, Zairelis. Number 11, Kunyadis.
So here they are, the Aris players. And so much riding on this. The Emperors not nearly so regal as they might have hoped for in this competition. Keith Benson, Carl Weaver, look out for them. And of course, Bell Jr. Last, but by no means least. And here come Avellino. These familiar green and white colours. Started off so well for them with a good win at home to Agora, but they lost to Nürnberg, and they only picked up 3 wins out of their first 6 games. 3-3, just not good enough if you're going to make a mark in this competition. But they simply have to make sure that they get on parity. Beat Aris early on as well, lost to Aris I should say, 70 points to 64 in the first game between these two teams. And there is plenty riding on this. And all these players know it. The handshakes take place. But trust me, this could get lively. Saw a very lively game involving Aris earlier on in the competition that involved players and fans getting involved, as you might expect in Greece. A passionate basketball nation looking to see its teams deliver in Europe. There's your officials in charge for tonight. Messrs Rosso, Kozlovskis and Velikov, I should say. Pressure on players, coaches, and of course officials as well. In such a significant game as this, everyone has to deliver, and there's no excuses. There, the Aris players. Mixture of expectation, confidence. One or two slightly paler faces of nerves there. So let's see what coach can deliver from his players. Coach Giannakis, always under certain amount of pressure, coaches, but particularly at this stage of the season. And there's your starting lineup for Aris. Bell Jr., no surprise to see him starting. Look out for Cordis at point guard. And all in all, it's a very tricky starting five for Avellino to try and take on. There's the coach. You'll know him from so many great moments in Greek basketball down the years. Panagiotis, Giannakis, likes a word or two, as you get from most coaches these days. Avellino doing very nicely indeed in the Italian league. 12-5 record. They lie second in the table. Just one game behind Brescia. And it strikes you that this is the sort of contest that could really set up the run-in to their season, and doesn't Sacropanti know penny for his thoughts right now. Not quite sure I'd want to get on his wrong side tonight, judging by that. And everyone's getting into the spirit tonight. Mascots included. Players ready to deliver. Can the men from the north seal away north in this group? Bonn in front of them. Avellino just a point in front of them as well. Ostend, give you the latest on those. Still got a minute to play in the first quarter. And they trail Nürnberg to Ostend by the 10 points, 24-14. Here we go then. The pleasantry is almost done with. And we are set for liftoff in Avellino. Who's going to settle first? Who's going to set the tempo? Who's going to get the momentum going? All will be discovered over the next hour and a half or so, and it's the home team who get first possession. Oh, sloppy ball provided by Loinen, and nothing he could do in the end. But a touch on it from Aris, and it's Avellino ball. Filloy gets it back to Loinen. Oh, and a very messy first play by Gary Bell. Not the sort of consistency or quality that you would expect from such a top player. Here's Loinen once again for the Italian team. Filloy spinning this way and that, all the way back out, and it's comfortable enough. Lovely movement, lovely vision from Filloy to set up the points. Now, what can Aris do in return? Bakordis looking for some movement. There's not a massive amount there, with Maris battling for it inside, and a sloppy play underneath, and away come Avellino with Rich. All looking very casual at the moment. Laid up for Vasenko. Can he power in? No, not quite. Not the accuracy he was looking for. Here's Aris this time. Duvier gets it to Bakordis for 2, or is that 3? Apologies if you're without graphics just at the moment. We'll try to keep you posted as much as I can, as Deco secures from the corner. (5-2), but that's nice and easy in the drive to the basket from Maris, almost producing 2+1. He certainly got the foul anyway. Vasenko in strong to make sure he couldn't get the basket, but foul called, and 14 seconds, as you can see, on the clock. Avellino leading 5-3 right now. Maris. Leonis steps this way and that. Here's Bakordis looking for momentum. Maris pops it up and finally gets it at the second attempt. Five apiece. Rich with Bell for close company. Vasenko inevitably at the low post. That'll be some 3 if he makes it. Oh, he certainly will. Terrific stuff from Decol, who's looking hot already tonight. Bell under pressure early too. Oh, but doesn't he deliver? 8-7 currently, Avellino lead. And it's a foul called on an Aris player. There we go. Went up with the graphics. So Rich safe and secure from the first. And important that Avellino can make sure they deliver, but that is little on the other sloppy side. Avellino, not one of the better shooters from the strip. They're only shooting, well, 66%. Only one team worse than them from three-point range. As we see Aris with possession. Duvier unable to convert. But that's a handy three. Filloy leading Avellino right now to that 5-point advantage, as you can see. Bell does well to keep that in play. What about that from distance? He's absolutely nailed it, and he looks like he's waiting for a bus. Rich gets it out wide. Decol. Here's Rich once more. The lane cut off for him, and it was a rather desperate pass in the end. Busenko nowhere near it. 2 points in it then, in this vital Group D game. Here is Rich. Rather wild, wasn't it? Looking for either one of two players, really. First turnover, though, for the home team. Duvier finds Maris. Here's Bell. Coverage on Bell already is tight and extreme, but that leaves space elsewhere. And Bacordis makes sure that he punishes Avellino. And Aris lead already shaping up interestingly here. Great drive down the lane. Can he secure the points? No, not quite. And there's, well, is it a foul? Is it a travel on Busenko? He's fouled. Scrub, who's just come into the game, did so well to get that. And on comes, well, off comes Duvier, who's had a rather ineffective first 5 minutes or so. And Aris loses the ball aside. You can see Gary Bell just getting frustrated. Really not settled down, and questionably Avellino the quicker to settle. And Sacripanti looking a little more confident than he did just before the game began. That's nice from Rich. Oh, does ever so well the athleticism to put the points up on the board like that. Fabulous stuff. Here's Bell Jr. then, trying to lead the way through. Maris out to Bacordis, all on its own. He's got to convert from there, but was there a foul under the basket? Looks like the officials saw Bacordis being clattered. As Fittipaldo comes in for Filloy, the Uruguayan has done his bit during the first quarter. Bell quickly into the action, and that is why. Superb. Just what we were hoping for this already in the Basketball Champions League. Queue up today on the app and watch every game live. Live.basketball TV. Such good movement from Avellino, but rescued in the end by Scrub. Surely Rich isn't going to shoot from there, but he is going to take responsibility himself. There's the latest try from Decol, but still Avellino ball. Aris just can't get hold of it right now. Wonderful. Decol is on fire already. And this is heating up already. We've only just started. Maris responds. Already these two teams going at each other. Look at those percentages from three-point range. Bacordis with the rebound. Nice inside out, all the way to Flionis. Rebound for Senko for Avellino. 1 point ball game. Nicole. Scrub trying to busy his way to the basket. Has to try it off balance. And Fasenko is there to finish off his first points of the night. Flionis. An awful lot of movement ahead of him. He's got to go himself. Maras, he's shown already what he can do, and there he goes again. They're off the bench. How good is this? Can't take your eyes off this right now, I dare you. Rich, looking for options. Here's well, not DeColi, it's Fittipaldo. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, have to do it himself. Can't do it, but in comes Scrub with a strong attempt to the rebound. Bell will tidy up instead. Now can Aris extend that lead? The Kenneth Maris' shooting continues, but it's off the rim, and there's a foul under the basket as well. Fasenko will step out. Flovis has decided to sit down as well, or had it decided by the coach. Bell Jr. all alone. Avellino can't let that happen too often. Terrific rebound, I think, with Cordis. Pulianitis is into the game now. And that is a sublime pass. What about that? The move from Pulianitis, just sensational. And Aris stretched the lead to 4. How about that for an impact? Scrub gets into Fittipaldo. Fittipaldo's off range. Back Kamaris, just got a little cold in front of scoring opportunities at the moment, the Italians. But Cordis, Maras, why wouldn't you give it to him right now? The lead is now 6. And inside the final minute of a breathless opening quarter. Fittipaldo. Here's Scrub. Over the top, oh, almost a fantastic recovery from Wells, who's only just come in. There's only so much a small forward can do in those situations. But once again, Aris Avellino, I beg your pardon, don't convert. And they better get it over the, get it into half court pretty quickly. Just about avoid a violation. Bell, all the way out to the corner. Pulianitis off range. Avellino needs something from this to take into the end of quarter break. That's pretty useful from Scrub, and he draws the foul from Christidis. But you don't think Christidis is going to mind too much, forcing Avellino to the foul line. Scrub, very secure indeed. First up, and didn't look like missing second time around. Home team needed that. 25-21. Should be the last possession if Aris have got the head screwed on. Bell. Trianitis. Oh, strong foul from Decol. Elbow going into the face. Never pleasant. No intention there whatsoever, though. And Avellino knew plenty about that. He's done well in the opening quarter. 9 points for Decol. And this will be the last play. Here is Avellino. He's out of bounds. And maybe Avellino can see what they can do, but it's asking a lot with just over a second remaining. What's the play going to be? It's out to Wells, who lifts it up, not that far away, but you're never expecting to get it from there. 4 points in it. Fabulous contest so far. Aris shooting 5 from 9, 4 from 9 for Avellino from three-point range, and overall 17 from 36. Great entertainment for the crowd and for you watching at home and wherever you are right now. There, your stats. Here's Coach Sacrafanti for Avellino. And it's been a crazy opener, hasn't it? Bacordis lively early on. And Avellino responding. Decol there. Main threat. Beautiful shot to watch. We update you on the other game, incidentally. Just a couple of minutes or so in front of us watching this game, with Ostend trailing in, but by still that 10-point margin. 18-28 they trail right now. Gary Bell Jr., as you'd expect, one of the stars of the show, just getting himself free at every opportunity he can. And his coach wants more of that as we head into the second. Back on the way then. Trianitis finds Mortos. Bell Jr. is going to see an awful lot of minutes in this game, you fancy. Great space, finding from Avellino, and he gets it back to float it up. Unlucky not to get on the board there. Here's Wells from Avellino. Great move from Fittipaldo. And in the corner, it's Scrub. And they're still a little on the cold side. Scrub had the sense to pull out of that challenge there. Could easily be an unsportsmanlike under the current regime. Great work to find Christidis free. But we're still waiting for points in this second quarter. Here's Filloy. Foul call. Trianitis, who's had a lively few moments since he came on late in the first. Foul drawn on him, as you can see. Well, off the foot, wasn't it? And Jai in there now for Avellino, as you can see. Scrub. Fittipaldo. Time running out. Filloy puts it up and puts it up superbly. Might just be the light blue touch paper Avellino need. 1 point in it. Trianitis does it all himself until the big man and Jai steps in and says no thank you. Nice work to get Sidigas in possession, but it matters not as Avellino come away with it. Derek Wells a little unlucky there, and get some words of advice from his teammate too. Powder for Avellino. Floats it up and Joey will finish. How about that, my friends? And it puts Avellino back in front. Whatever the coach said at the end of the first, it's sprinkled with gold dust. Who's going to have a try? Atiano has to do it all himself. Almost gets a rebound as well for his troubles. And away come Avellino. And back on the other end of the court, it's some superb defence. But Cordis denying Philoy. Still got 2.5 quarters left of this game. How good can it get? Philoy in, denied. Block after block as Sidigas takes a breather. Powder for Avellino. Scrub to Njai. It worked last time, it'll work again. The big is some big player right now. And if you've got the presence, why not use it? And the and-1 too. Over the top, and only one winner from there. And timeout called. Aris decide they've had enough for a moment, and you can't blame them with the run that Avellino are putting on.
4 and 5, we switch. Okay? Okay, guys. 4 and 5, we switch. Okay? Second. We play flat. 2 defenses, flat. Okay? Flat. Is that clear? I don't pick it up, flat. In offense, we call 11 and we trap the ball. Okay, andiamo.
So the coach is about their say. And now it's up to the players. Those percentages as well. Still looking sharp. Avellino, 5 from 11 to 3-point range. 5 from 9 for Aris. And the men from the north are in numbers, as are the home fans. Great atmosphere inside this arena. Great colour. All what you want from a midweek European night in the Basketball Champions League. It's only going to get more fun when we get to those knockout stages. Will either of these teams be there? Pretty average free throw from Njai to follow up his brilliance on the alley-oop. A free throw is going to cost Avellino once more. Just one team lower ranked than them right now, and they're only 3 from 6 right now. Atiano turns it over, and there's a call for an unsportsmanlike, I think. Scrub is tugged back. Home fans like the call. Sure, we'll watch it again in a moment. Cordis is back in. Powder will go to the line. So Athianu puts it up, terrific block. And Jai making his presence felt once again. Certainly had more presence than Fisenko, who rather had a quiet opening. Pulianitis incidentally called on the unsportsmanlike. But once again, Avellino not entirely converting. There we go, 4 from 7, 57%, just not good enough. 1 from 2 for Fittipaldo. Zathianu is called back to his seats. Here's Fittipaldo for Avellino. Suddenly a 4-point lead for them. Oh, strong from Scrub. No call. And how about that from Derek Wells? Can you believe this right now? 6 points in it now. And this first half just doesn't deserve to finish right now. I suspect the players wouldn't mind a break. As we see foul called. Lloyden coming back into it. He's in for Scrub, who's produced the goods. 6 rebounds to his name, most importantly. No chance that Jai will be out of there right now. Bell Jr. a little quiet at the start of the second quarter. Aris need more from him. Flonis was all on his own there until he got some helping hands from Bacordis. Now it's Flonis once more. Oh, superb! And right on the buzzer as well. Filoy. Uruguayan providing some tasty beef in this contest right now. Fittipaldo, a little errant from downtown. Bell Jr. looking at the options, decides he's going to go only one way, and it's only the way he knows. Didn't work for him on that occasion. Half-time in Ostend. Give you the details in a moment. As the Czechs lead there by the 7 points. And another unsportsmanlike call, this time on Lloyden, as he tries to pull Mortos back. Doesn't have to be that much these days to get called, but as long as you get consistency, and that's pretty consistent from the officials. Fittipaldo out. Back into the game. Comes Rich. We'll have the unsportsmanlike dealt with. And then the free throws, Mortos at the line. There we go, 2 from 2. That's what Avellino need, and need to start producing as well. Here is Mortos, all strong there from Filoy, and has the foul called on him. Flionis drew it very cleverly there. You could argue the first was a charge, but officials saw nothing in it. Bacordis. Oh, steps around Wells elegantly. Oh, but what about that from Njai? And Bacordis is there in a heap on the floor. Here's Avellino. Lloyden feeds Filoy. Filoy, oh, just never had the elevation. Here come Aris. Oh, blocked again. Thought there was an Avellino hand in there. Just rebounding it, but here's Aris. Bacordis. 2 points in it. It couldn't be tighter. Bacordis called for the charge. And Jai stood his ground. We've seen a bit too much. In fact, it was Philo who got there just in the nick of time. I think Ajay was expecting to hit himself, judging by that expression as well. Wells steps out, and back comes Decol. Slightly surprised to see him come in with just 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the half. But what a half it's been. Both teams going at each other like wolves after a juicy bone. Loinen trying to make his way in the low post, but Mortos, the Aris skipper, with the foul. Didn't like that call, did he? But he couldn't see, could the Aris coach, the arm round the side. It's on his wrong side. Loinen, once again, another free throw, goes a-begging. Is that me, or is there just a little bit of frustration in the crowd right now? They have to start taking advantage. That's better. Three-point ball game. Avellino still with fouls to give. Oh, and there's the steal. And away they come. Interesting that Fittipaldo chose to just slow things down a little. Didn't go for glory himself. Here he is once more. 4 minutes left in this engrossing contest before half-time. Loinen, oh, great move. And Jai will finish, and will finish with a flop. This is brilliant to watch. Great pass from Loinen, and there's a Jai. Where else? The Cordis. Aris need to get something going here. 8 seconds on the shot clock, they don't have long. Steps past Loinen as if he's not there, but outside waiting is Maras, but the basket won't count. Well, he's saying the official should have a look. And certainly that's the opinion of the Aris bench. He is not a happy man right now. This is what the Basketball Champions League does. Coach Giannakis needs calming down a little. And Jai, oh, he's done it once again under the basket. Avellino pouring it on right now. Maras. Aris looking for inspiration. Can Maras find it for them? Trying to do it all himself, but Jai will always get that rebound. Loaded up by Rich. And Avellino on Aris's case. And look at those smiles. Look how pumped those Avellino players are. Aris's bench pumped for the wrong reasons. They can't believe their luck. And let's see what Coach Giannakis has to say here. Might be a key timeout.
How many fouls did they make? How many? 5 times already. Why? Why would you let them to make the basket? First offense.
Guys, we have 1 foul before ball. Now immediately 11. Hey, try to steal the ball. Immediately 11. Hey, next offense, we call Tableau post up for dance. Martin, you pop ball inside for you.
It's for Gary, for you. Okay? Set. You turn out. You coming out. He's coming for screen, and you drive. Okay? Right away. Good screen and down. Yeah.
All getting lively here. Avellino with a very strong lead indeed. Their biggest lead of the night, in fact, at 9 points. It really has swung this game. Aris looking good at the end of the first. And as we head towards the end of the second, the coach needs their players to deliver big time. Looks unlikely that either team will go through if they lose. It really is sudden death already. Bakordis tries it from downtown, way back downtown. Wasn't far off either. Fittipaldo has calmed down a little bit from three-point range. Still time teed up. Loinen for Avellino. And Jai waiting there. Oh, left floated up by Loinen, and he gets the L1-2. That's what leaders do in circumstances like this. And Loinen, well, he's like the postman. He just always delivers. Three-point play. That lead up to 12. The full press coming in as well from Avellino. They sense Aris are vulnerable right now, but there is a rather unnecessary foul on Flionis, but they do have fouls to give. That's one of them. Did Flionis trip, or was there a little foot there? You could argue that that might have been unsportsmanlike. Fittipaldo called anyway, as you can see. Maris, Bakordis, Flionis, Mortos, Bell Jr. on court for Aris. Wells, Fittipaldo, Loinen, Rich and Jai for Avellino. Here's Bakordis. Double teamed all the way through, almost quadruple team there. Bell from the arc, no good. .90 seconds left then of an enthralling first half. And Avellino have dominated this second quarter. Avellino, Aris with only 4 points to their name. Well, they get the takeaway there. Need something quickly. Mortos finds Bakordis, who's gone really cold. 12 points to Maris. Where's he in this game right now? Bell Jr. though draws the foul. It's going to be called on Rich. Now finally Aris will go to the line, but only with slightly more than a minute to play. 1:05 remaining. Giannakis making all sorts of changes. Duvier about to come back in. But if Bell can make these two from the line, that gets the deficit down to just 10 points. And who knows what can happen in the final minute. It's can almost be a lottery. Aris well ahead, incidentally, in the competition from the line against Avellino. 73% compared to 66%. And there's no one other than Bell on that lineup that you'd want at the line. 2 from 2. Now what can they do? Stop this Avellino surge. 6 points they've got to their name, Aris, in this quarter. Coach Giannakis is going to give them not just one rocket, but 3 or 4, you would think, at the break. Oh, that was messy from Rich, and away come Aris. Nicely slipped to Duvier. There we go. The lead cut to 8. And still time for at least one more possession. Duvier his first points in the game. Rich lost possession last time. What Aris would give for another turnover. Here's Derek Wells to give them something else off the rib. Should be last possession then of the half. Coach Sakravanti, Coach Shinakis, both urging their teams for one more effort. Here's Maras for three. Just rolls off the rim, and it's Lloyd to punish Aris and finish off the sensational second quarter for Avellino. They lead it overall 43-33. And they've kept Aris to single points in that quarter. Avellino go into the locker rooms with a sort of bounce you only get when you're in front in a huge European game. And this Basketball Champions League is delivered game day after game day. It's delivering tonight, no question about that. Just when Aris thought that they'd just nip that lead back, just a touch, Loynan punishes them right at the death. There we go, look at that percentage inside the arc from Avellino, 65%. Rebounds, well, pretty straightforward. 4 steals from Aris, that's helped bail them out. Turnovers, pretty similar, but 3 blocks. At least 2 of them from Njai, helping Avellino's cause, no question. And a 10-point advantage. It's still anyone's game. Maras, if he can get hot once more, he could be the man to get Aris over the line. There we go, 3 blocks from Njai. Always interesting to me to see him not necessarily start for Avellino, but got a talent like that on your bench, you're going to use him at some stage, aren't you? Half-time in the other game has been and gone, incidentally, in Group D, as we watch the opening half's key moments. Nürnberg leading Ostend by the 8 points, 51-43. Remember, Ostend in 5th spot on 17 points, level with Avellino, and 1 point ahead of Aris. So that game very much matters. Nürnberg looking to climb the table and climb back above Nanterre. So that game will be over before this one, and we'll know the implications there. 8 points to Aris in that second quarter, 22-8, 21-25 in the first quarter. 3-point shooting, a real feature of that first stanza. Bell was getting himself a lot more free, just wasn't able to do that. Avellino making the switch, denying him the space. And then they're able to punish Decol, who picked up 9 points. 8 to Njai, 7 to Rich. On the Avellino side. But it's been a terrific entertainment and a terrific anthem for the Basketball Champions League this game. And rejoin us in around 10-15 minutes time, when we hope for something very, very similar. Well, both teams needed a breather after an outstanding first half of basketball in the Basketball Champions League. That was a service and a credit to specifically these two teams, but to the whole Basketball Champions League. And games like this matter. Both of these teams searching for a win that will get them close to within touching distance of a last 16 place. Won't guarantee them with one more game day to come. That, of course, comes next week. But so much riding on this, with Avellino facing Bonn and Aris taking on Ostend, which could yet be a sudden death shootout to see who makes it into the top four. But if the second half is anything remotely like the entertainment that we've had, then we will be truly spoiled and Christmas will have come once again. Just to remind you of the situation in Group D. Salona Gora, who won earlier on today, they're on 19 points. Ostend, who last we heard were trailing to the Czech champions Nürnberg, and they're still trailing by 12 points late in the third. They're on 17. Avellino are on 17. Bonn are on 17. And Aris, they're on 16. With a 4-8 record from their 12 games so far. Avellino, 5 from 7. But they've only won one of the last 4. Having said that, Aris have lost their last 4. And Coach Sacrobanti has to go through the mill once again, as these two teams try to be sure of a place in the latter stages. Avellino, well, they know what it's like. They lost in the last 16 last year to Venezia. And Aris, well, they know what it's like as well. They lost to Leon Villaban in the round of 16, so they've got to get through, and they've got to do even better than they did last year. Coach Giannakis exhorting his team to even more effort. They finished the third quarter in that Ostend-Nürnberg game, and it's Ostend 47, Nürnberg 59. So much riding then on this next hour or so for both these teams. Aris, if they lose, surely won't come back from that, even though mathematically they possibly could, but it's asking an awful lot. As we see possession with the home team. Avellino comes off the foot of Leonis. Wells, Loinen, Filoy, Rich, Vasenko for Avellino, Maras, Bacordis, Leonis, Duvier and Bell for Aris. And Aris have to get things going. They need the ball first. Well, my information incorrect. And we see Rich missing first attempt for Avellino. No such disappointment for Duvier. And Aris start as they mean to go on. Filoy floats it up off the rim. Vasenko in there. Gets a hand on it, but it'll be Aris ball. And a little slow to start, the green and white shirted home team on home soil in the Palasport de Mauro. Lively atmosphere, as you'd expect. Here's Bacourdis. Double teamed, but gets it to Duvier, who's got to convert from there. Just 34% shooting from Aris, just not good enough. Philoy, Loinen. Vasenko tidies things up. Oh, how did he not finish things off? And it comes off his thigh. Well, it did. It did. He's not especially thrilled. Open chance there. Here is Vasenko once again. Wells. And finally Tintin. I think Vasenko got the last touch on that. 10-point game. Wells, in fact, credited. Duvier seeing a lot of the ball early on. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Derek Wells. Look out. Aris have got to cut the mistakes out if they're going to have any chance here. Leonis. Wells. Sorry, Bell Jr., I beg your pardon. Oh, steps inside superbly. Here's Bacourdis for three, and they need more of that, do Aris. Bell Jr. ghosted down the lane. Over the top. Oh, how about that? Derek Wells, you're on fire, my friend. Maris, Bacourdis. Avellino matching Aris. There was a little hand in there from Wells. What about this for the alley-oop? Bang! Sure, John Wall would have watched that wherever he is. Terrapin fans of long-standing will know all about that. So too Xavier. Well, it's Wells on defense right now. There's Aris come again. Leonis gets it to Duvier, steps inside, has it stripped by Vasenko, and away comes Wells once more for Avellino. They're looking very confident here right now. Just ready to step, get that one step ahead of Aris. Here's Philoy from distance, bounces off, and it'll be Aris' ball. Loinen can't get it. As it stands, Avellino level on points with Salonagora. They could be the two teams fighting it out for the last place next week. But Aris have still got time to change things if they can. Here's Pruitt, back to Duvier. Duvier gets the three. 8-point game now. Looking interesting as Loinen finds Rich. Rich looking at his options. Wells in motion over the top to Vasenko as well to stay on his feet and finish superbly. Foul call this time on Philoy. He looks tortured soul indeed at that particular call, but there's the hand in the back. And Filloy is replaced by Fittipaldo. All looking healthy on that bench, on the Avellino bench, not less so for Aris. Here's Bell. Needs to get things going. Lays it up, no good. Away comes Loinen. Great vision to pick out Rich. Now can he step inside Bell? Well, not without a foul from Bell. He hates the call. And he better be careful he doesn't get a technical, but he was just holding up Rich. Wells has done enough. And there's Rich. Safe and secure from the line. Florida State education doing him proud. But at 31, those college days must seem an awful long way ago after spells in Israel, Ostend, Krasnoyarsk. Not to mention 2 or 3 years in France, but here's Aris. Oh, what about the play from Pruitt? Back to 9. Aris hanging on in there. Less than 5 to play in the third. Wells finds a try to Fittipaldo off the rim. And Fittipaldo's in there, as is Wells, scrapping for it. Wakeham Aris. Cut the gap further. Oh, Duvier, great spin. Gets round Loinen as if he's not there. This young man having a terrific spell of basketball right now. Loinen. Just wondered whether he was going to make his mind up whether to shoot or not. Did so in the end. Off the rim once more, and Aris don't convert. Even though it's only a 7-point game, those could be important. Inside out. Wells back outside once more, and they're making sure they wind the clock, much to Aris's frustration, I'm sure. Rich draws the foul again from Bell, and that's going to send his blood pressure through the roof. More of a 50-50 call, that one. There's Loinen. Besides, that's it. The instruction of the coach. Plenty of time on the shot clock, and very few fouls in this quarter, as you can see. Fittipaldo gets the screen from Fisenko. Thought about trying the floater himself, but Fittipaldo gets it back. Has to shoot with no real time left on the shot clock. Here's Maras, so strong in the second quarter, but that's average, to say the least. They have to find a way through Fisenko. No one dry yet. Here's Scrub for 3. Oh, just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? And that gap is extended back to 10. Pruitt. Oh, gets the space himself, but there was a slap from Fisenko, was there? No foul called, but Pruitt gets the job done. Can't take your eyes off this right now. Here's Rich, Jason Rich, over the top, Fisenko, can't finish. And you can hear the howls of frustration from the home crowd. They're nervous. Oh, they're nervous. What they've been like in a moment. Duvier with the dagger of the 3. And suddenly it's back to 5. And look at the reaction from the bench. How they needed that. This game's starting to get away from them, but it's moments like this
Okay, now
that
we
can
have,
switch games. Here's the
Lorenzo
coaches.
for Dez. Amadi for Fez. Defense, one stepping out on the pick and roll. In the last 6 seconds, every screen on the pick and roll we switch. We don't want taking this shot. Now it's important that we move on the ball in offense. This offense, because we L, running with the best screen, flare and pick and roll. We call L. Bennett. We are too far.
You have the pass, you can get it. Then, 2, make him to 5, and 10 screen to you. If there is a big man got you, you stay out to play 1-on-1. Okay? Doesn't matter. Okay?
The pick and roll from the 2 men, from the left side. Okay, on defense.
1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Who'd be a coach in circumstances like this? Looks like it's going to be fun for the neutral. You could get all wistful watching this, couldn't you? 5 points in it then. 2 minutes to play in the third. We've got fun and games to come, no question about that. Don't go anywhere. Foul called on Aris. Looks like it could be on Fleonis. Still fouls to give, so Christidis into the game now for Aris as well. Maris out, Decol back in for Avellino. There's Fittipaldo for 3, responding to Duvier. Oh, nice spin and turn. Abdianu just can't finish. And they've got to have more than this, Aris. Decol to the corner where Fittipaldo's waiting. Back to Decol. Clock being wound down as you'd expect. 7 seconds left. All the way to the corner. It's Jason Ritz. You can't stop Avellino right now. 11 points in front and no signs of slacking. Minute to play. Foul on Fittipaldo there. Just reached in on Fleonis. Interesting game, incidentally, developing between Ostend and Nürnberg. It's back to 6 points. Nürnberg 70, Ostend 64, 3:33 in the game. Duvier, the Austrian-American, can't land it, and there's a Njai. Who else would it be? You've seen 747s with smaller wingspan than him. Fittipaldo, back to scrub. No good. But Avellino still have it. And as the time ticks by, so the Aris frustration builds. Rich goes himself off the glass. Touch of class off the glass. Aris needs something from this possession, surely. 13 points. The margin, exactly what Jason Rich has contributed. 63% in shooting. Pretty special. Here's Fleonis trying to break free from Fittipaldo. But he just can't do it. Pretty straightforward call. And the Uruguayan knew exactly what he'd done. The man from Montevideo. 3 seconds left, up to Fleonis. Never looked likely, and Njai will make sure that Avellino have another dominant quarter. Perhaps not reflected in the score. 20 points to 17 in the third quarter only. But every time Aris had tried to get a run going, Avellino have been there. And Coach Sacripanti has got to be happy with that. What though? can coach Giannakis come up? What miracle can he produce in his final quarter? 57% inside. That's great shooting from Avellino. Here's Coach Sacripanti. These some of the moments, and no surprise to see Des Wells involved in so many of them. Been so powerful inside, as has this man Vasenko, 7'1", all of them. And those two bigs, Vasenko and Jai, may be the difference between these two teams. You can see, incidentally, why Avellino are in such a good run of form domestically. 3 wins out of 3, setting them to second in Serie A. And when you look at them in terms of blocks, unsurprisingly, they're up there with the very best. Just Tenerife, 4.1 blocks per game. Avellino, 3.7. And there's a certain amount of confidence about the Avellino fans as we get underway in the final quarter. Aris needs something from the goals. Bacordis, well, he can play like one, can't he? He did earlier on. Here's Maras. Oh, blocked. Great work, I think, by Jason Rich. And there he is, driving to the basket. Tipped down by Njayan successfully. And here's Adriano. Oh, it finally drops for Aris, and they've got to get something going. Omar Pruitt, I beg your pardon. William and Mary, rookie, enjoying life in pro basketball right now. Not enjoy a game like this, mind you, whether you're playing or just observing from the sidelines. Fittipaldo, again, that shot clock creeping down. 3 seconds, Fittipaldo out in the corner, but the shot definitely not up before the buzzer. And Rich will have to wait for his chance. 13 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds to his name so far. This is Fittipaldo. Great drive inside and just couldn't get the ball out as quickly as he needed. Duvier for Aris. But it goes astray again. The Cordis unable to gather. Just did enough. Did Fittipaldo. Level pegging in terms of turnovers overall. Here's Jason Rich once again. Scrub's going to go for that any day of the week. 6 days of the week. Probably landed. Still 11 points. The deficit for Aris, though. Here's Bell. Battling away Maris and Derkol. Lovely tip over the top for Pruitt. And the foul is called with 8 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. It's a nervous man, does Giannakis. Derkol called his 3rd foul, but nobody really in foul trouble at the moment. Here's Bacordis for 3. Landed it as if he was in the playground. They need a few more of those, though. Deficit down to 8, as I think Duvier's called for a foul on Scrub. Yeah. Clear nudge. Knew exactly what he was doing as well. His 3rd foul, as you can see. going to see more changes here, with Feloy coming back for Fittipaldo, presumably. Wells, I suspect, for Rich, yep. Had a good night tonight, Fittipaldo. Only the 4 points, but looked sharp in his point guard play. Here's Feloy. Over the top, Jai, the alley-oop. It's just like shelling peas for Avellino. And Jai in double digits. And they're taking control of this game. Pruitt has to do it himself for 3. Oh, over the top. And that is some response. 7-point game, 7:22 to play. Rich picks out Feloy. That's, the officials have seen something. Foul called on Aris. It's Bacordis who's got the call. Coach Sacrapanti looks like he's got some serious disease there, quite frankly. Oh, that was cute from Feloy, but did it work? Everybody likes to see you try and do those sort of fancy inbound plays, but when it doesn't work, look at slightly foolish. Maras. Aris desperately looking for some points from him. Bell Jr. out to Maras in the corner. He's got Njai right in his face. And Njai. Njai got the foul on Njai. And make sure he gets in the face of every 3-point play. Might be the last we see of Scrub for the night. Bell Jr. Finds Maras. Bacordis drives himself and it's denied by Njai. He's just been denying them all night. He's going to get the foul called on him, which seems a little harsh, I have to say. But who'd be an official? And to be fair, there was a shove in the back. And Njai can't stop smiling. He's loving this as much as we are. Oh, it's a night to enjoy. The 2 from the line here from Bacordis could have made things interesting. Aris with significantly better production from the stripe. And we're back to 5. Aris not out of this yet, but they're not in close range just yet. Could do with a turnover here. Well, that was not exactly perfect from Wells, but he's recovered brilliantly. And when Njai's under the basket, nearly having his head taken off by Maras. Wells is definitely looking for a call there. Wasn't a good look, but Njai bounded back up to do just that. .6:31 to play. Aris desperate to keep Avellino out here. Feloy's going to go from long range. All on his own and off the glass, and the lead is back to 8. Pruitt. Can he do it himself? Oh, off the rim, never looked likely. Looked like a rookie's 3-point shot there, to be fair. As Aris player goes crashing to the ground. Wells isn't happy with something. I suspect the foul's on him, and it is. As we go inside the last 6, Avellino with just one more foul to give. May yet be significant. A lot of players on 3 fouls on the Avellino side. Fittipaldo, Filloy, Decol. As we take a breather. And I tell you what, I think I need one, let alone the players. But there was the call. Wells on Bacoris. Official stepping in there. Time for the coaches to step in.
You open to the corner. For shot. He opened to the corner. Here. 2 players here.
Remember, on the last pick and roll, we have this pass, or we have the ball behind for easy shot by 3. Okay, now it's important this defense. Come on, this defense. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, there's hope among those Avellino fans. But this game is not done yet. Not by any stretch of the imagination. 8 points in it. 5:59 to play. And that man, Njai, might just be the difference between these two teams. 5 blocks, all of them to him. Not that it's difficult to imagine. And away come Aris. Duvier back in the game. Bacoris. Junior. And all anybody's under the basket, and Avellino will claim it. Aris have got to get some consistency back. Filloy over the top to the corner, and it's just superb from Decol once again into double digits, as is the lead. 12 points personal, 11 points for Aris to make up. Bell Jr. looking increasingly frustrated. Bacoris going to have to go alone, or is he? Amaras, brilliant! And Filloy in his face. And they're hanging on to the coattails right now. But it's still just about within reach. 8 points. Maras, superb. 18 points. 57%. Wells to Loinen for 3. Off the rim. And a vital rebound for Bell. Now 3 points here. Cuts it to 5. Duvier will do just that. Oh, it just wouldn't drop. Bounced in and then out. The time running out. Oh, that's sloppy from Loinen. Maras. That's a Pruitt or clear foul on Wells. Avellino just getting a little nervous now. What was that all about from Wells? His third. I'll make that the 4th Avellino player to go to 4. Bacoris goes back out. Maris shooting before this. Well, his first, he was shooting 4 from 7 from 3-point range. 30% inside the arc. Those his first 2 free throws and 1 from 2. So that lead stays out to 7. Filloy for Avellino. Here's Wells for 3. Oh, that's a nail in the coffin. 10-point ball game. Wells now into double figures himself. Bacoris couldn't go himself, but Slings it back out. Pruitt trying to do it all himself and does it brilliantly. How did he get that away? Such strength from the layup under pressure from Loinen. 11 points, but it might yet be in a losing cause if Aris don't pull something out of the fire, and it's going to have to be good to beat that three from Filloy. Pruitt, this game's so fast and put back not working out. And there's Loinen. Deco for Avellino. And the Italians taking the sensible option now. It's surely their game to lose now. And here's Njai. Such a presence, but hard hands from him this time. Bell Jr. Oh, gets one. Hell of a screen, but it's a charge called on Duvier. And there's a technical call, I think, as well. Duvier will claim he was in the spot, barely moved. Coach Giannakis is on the court now, it looks like. Hates that. Also passionate here. Aris will call timeout. And it is a technical call on Giannakis. He's a lively character, and it says something, doesn't it? That one of your top players, the Cordis in this case, has to get the coach out of the situation.
4, 5, 7, 10, 4. Martin, 10. Points or reverse. Okay. Or side. 3 points or reverse. Guys. Hey, now we can switch everything on the pick and roll. No 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Sacropanti then wanting to just wind up Aris just that little bit more. Look for a lot of switches. Just switching in and out, and I think McCord is just trying to calm the situation with the officials tonight. Rosso of France, Velikov of Bulgaria, and Kozlovskis of Latvia in charge tonight. Well, this is for the technical call on Giannakis. So we'll restart inbounds with 12 points separating the teams. Aris staring down the barrel now. Rich picks out Filloy. All this time being taken over the top. The alley-oop not quite working out for Njai. He was off balance all the way there. But he has had a terrific game. 9 rebounds as well, incidentally. As the crowd comes to life again. Duvier fouls out. For that foul on Njai. Doesn't that picture tell a story? And Njai off the rim, not great from the centre. Looking like Avellino ball though. And it does set things up nicely for next week and game day 14. Avellino in Germany to face Bonn, but they've still got business to attend to here. 12 points in it, it's been done from here. It's going to take an awful lot of work from Aris. Bacordis. There's Njai. Right there for company, as if he's wearing the same vest. Oh, but that's out of the back of the hand. And it puts Aris right behind the 8 ball. Wells, Loinen, back out to Njai. Surely he's not going to try the three-point play. Could also a bit of travel there. Filloy. Still, they wind the clock down. Inside to Wells. Who's going to come away with it? Wells, Filloy. Rather desperate attempt at the basket, but needs must. 1:30 to play. Bacordis. His race is run, you fancy. Brilliant over the top from Mortos, but can't get the points for it. Wonderful drive to the basket. Loinen again, just keen to take the time out of the game. Jason Rich doing his best to frustrate Aris, and Njai with the pushback. Another offensive rebound. That's 10 to him, and he's drawn the foul once more. Mortos gets the call. Coach Sakopanti, and he's looked nervous all night. Coach Giannakis, a force of human emotion on that side. Mortos is third, and Wells steps out with 11 points to his name, 4 rebounds thrown in as well. Lit up the third quarter in particular. Maybe doing that for Avellino in the latter stages of the Basketball Champions League. Point lead. Maras, Flionis, Mortos, Pruitt and Bell. Going to keep Aris going here. Kalatzakis actually now into the game. Here's Bell. Very quiet second half for him. And it just won't land for him. Avellino has sucked the life out of Aris tonight. It's been terrific entertainment. Second half not quite as explosive as the first, but a very controlled performance from Avellino. And there's Loinen for 3 off the rim, and Njai inevitably gets a first hand to it, but can't claim it. And the urgency has gone from the Aris players, although Bell tries a hopeful 3, more than an expectant 3, and that will do it. And Avellino in charge throughout that second quarter, never allowed Aris a sniff, and they've won it by the 13, 79-66, and Aris look highly unlikely now to make it to the last 16. Can tell you that in the other game taking place tonight in Group D, Nymburk have beaten Ostend 79-73. So that means the table looks like this. Besiktas 23, Nanterre see Nymburk climb above them on 22, then it's Nanterre on 21. Zielona Góra 19, as are Avellino on 19. Bonn on 17. Ostend on 18, and Aris still in there, just hanging on by their fingertips on 17, but it's Avellino's night. And they get the plaudits and the applause from the home fans. They've deserved it as well. Terrific team performance most contributing. 13 points to Rich, 12 each to Pilloy and Derkop, 11 to Njai, 11-2 for Wells. In fact, double-double from Njai, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks. A big, big win for the men in green and white. Maris, terrific display from him. More from him in the earlier part of the game rather than the latter stages when really Aris needed it most. And they did enough to make sure that it's Avellino who take the points, and we are set for a terrific game day 14 next week. Don't go anywhere else. And there are the standings. Avellino in that last qualification place, level on points with Zielona Góra. Ostend a point further back. Looks unlikely now that Bonn or Aris could make it, you would think. And those games next week, as mentioned, Avellino go to Bonn, and Zielona Góra, well, they host Nürnberg, and that's not an easy one at all. Both of them, as you would expect, taking place at the same time, and that's this time next week, Wednesday night. Don't go anywhere else as we review the key moments of this game with Pruitt establishing himself early on, but Cordis in that third quarter. Always felt like Aris were just on the bubble, just trying to push things and get a run going, but Avellino were always equal to it, just always stopped it in the nick of time. And alley-oops like that one, finished off by Njai, were part of the reasons why. Wonderful step from Pruitt, the ankle breaker. Just a joy to watch. Not if you're on the other end, mind you. Once again, floated up. Pilloy this time. All sorts of contact in the lane as well. Just shows you what a feisty game this was. We gave you some of the key stats from the Avellino box score. Well, Aris, 19 points, 5 rebounds for Maris, as you'll have seen. 12 points, 12 and 7 for Dubier. 11 points apiece for Cordis, and also Pruitt. 9 points for Gary Bell Jr. Rather quiet affair for him. This team really, really needed him, and it's now 5 apiece on the bounce for Aris in the Basketball Champions League, just at the wrong moment. Just when you're looking to build momentum. Just not been able to stretch that form and those performances in the nick of time. And to be fair, they've also lost their last 3 in the Greek League as well, so they host Ostend, but they will be keeping an eye on Zielona Góra and Avellino's games, I'm sure. But it does look unlikely now that they're going to be in the knockout stage. It's been great fun. Hope you've enjoyed it too. From us all on the Basketball Champions League, it's goodbye.